and in all the days past, we've watched our country go in a dangerous direction. We have right now in office a man that does not believe in the principles of America. I truly believe that. He does not believe in those principles. And he has done a lot of things opposite of what we ought to be striving for. And in this declaration, it talks about, again, this idea of consent. And I think a lot of you are here, a lot of you jumped in the arena in your neighborhoods, in your towns, in your cities, because you don't consent. We don't consent to migrant children being locked in cages like animals. We don't consent to that. We don't consent to a right-wing Supreme Court being nominated by an unindicted co-conspirator. We don't consent. We don't consent to the most immoral and corrupt cabinet we've seen in the entire history of this country. We do not consent.
Over counselors, guns over art and music. You think about an administration that abandoned the folks in Puerto Rico where my mother was born. I think about the fact that nearly as many people died in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria as died on 9/11. This administration followed a natural disaster with a man-made disaster. I think about the fact that we have an administration that has deportation policies and detention policies that are not only ripping children away from their families, but permanently separating those families. Those are the kinds of threats we face, and we have to organize against them. And as we organize, we have to be willing to have hard conversations about how race and class operate in our society. We have to acknowledge that today, our failure to pursue justice is literally costing lives every day. I think about the African American women who are disproportionately likely to die in childbirth because of a healthcare system that fails them. I think about the housing policies that we've put in place where people can't get access to housing.
I know that the narrative has kind of fed into this belief that we need to do things the way we have been doing them for the past few decades, which is use the penal system so much more harsher in order to make us all safe. I think we now know that that is false, because what we were doing during the war on crime era, I'm sorry, I don't feel much more safe. In fact, I feel like we've made so many good people much more desperate. And we need to face that reality. So if you ask me, are we more violent as a country?